Ugh. Well, the cardiac kids are back. Hey everyone, it is Ben back again, and the Habs win. What are you still doing here? You were supposed to be gone.
Yes! Yes! Yeah!
Because if not, they're gonna get blown away.
The cannon. It just kept firing.
I am excited. Hello everybody, it is Ben back again, and the Habs get the 3-2 win over the Calgary Flames. And wow, that was far more hectic and stressful than it needed to be. But let's just get this started from before the game, because right before the game we found out that actually Charles Hudon was going to be scratched to get Lehkonen back into the lineup, which before the game I was like, I don't know about that. I know you're trying to not break up the fourth line, but I don't know about that. We'll see what happens in the game. I could be wrong. But hey, Lehkonen back in. That's cool. That's great. Let's get it going. And then, early on in the first, Habs looking very strong early. And oh my god, yes! Patch breaks the slump. Backhander, 5-hole, beautiful goal. No. 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 No, no. No. Why are we doing this still? What? The frickin' offside review, when it's like a millimeter offside and then Byron's skate is maybe in the air, maybe it's not, maybe it's a little bit offside, maybe it went maybe it went in the air above the blue line a little bit before the, just no. No, that's not what this friggin' review was meant for. Anyway, goal gets disallowed because that's the kind of year that Patch is having this year. And the Habs keep the pressure on, and eventually Jordy Ben puts a shot on after Galchenyuk gets a very nice feed up to him, keeping the play alive around the Calgary net, gets the puck up to Jordy Ben, puts the shot on, and it had to be corrected later on in the game, but it was actually Byron Frazee deflects it with, I think it was his leg, to put the goal in, puts the Habs up 1-0 before the end of the first period. And then late in the first period, that penalty on Shaw I just thought was ridiculous. Like, Mike Smith just straight up fell over, and Shaw was behind him and like went over with him, and because Shaw, so it's a penalty. But going in the second period, Habs up 1-0, dominant period overall. So let's see if they can continue into the second. And hey, for the most part they did. Calgary had a bit of a push at the beginning, but Price held the fort, and then by the 12-ish minute mark, the Habs had kind of just regained complete control of the game. And then around 10 minutes into the second period, Nicolas Deslauriers, because Claude Julien is apparently a genius, bats in a rebound off of a Byron Price shot, I want to say, because I think he had an assist as well. And hey, I'm not going to complain if he's scoring. Goals can come from anywhere. I don't care. Nicolas Deslauriers puts the Habs up 2-0, and his Selly game is just so much fun to watch. His celebrations have been great. But Habs up 2-0, and fourth line, really the only line that's been looking pretty solid other than the Gallagher, Lehkonen, Plekanec line, but we'll get to that later. Byron, Drouin, Pacioretty, after that first goal got disallowed, they kind of struggled throughout the rest of the game. About 6 minutes left in the second period, Galley gets a breakaway, and then Mike Smith stops him. Galley keeps looking good for the rest of the game. He had been looking good most of the game before that. And while some of the lines haven't been looking that great offensively, they all did a pretty damn good job most of the way through the first two periods of keeping it out of the Habs zone. Price had to make some pretty big saves at times, but for the most part, Habs were dominant, keeping that puck out of their zone. And then I just love the little thing with about 30-something seconds left in the second period. Jeff Petrie sees Calgary going off for a change and just throws the puck into their bench area and like gets the too many men penalty. I just thought that was so like just clever and cheeky. But then of course we come back for the third, and the Habs do nothing with the power play, because the only reason the power play actually worked last game is because it was against Vancouver. But then, about 3 minutes in, we get a great play from Lehkonen to Galley in front. Galley bats at home on the rebound, puts the Habs up 3-0. Lehkonen get an assist in his first game back, looking good. And then at about the 5-minute mark, pretty weak defensive play by everybody on the ice. Really, the only two back were Alstor and Petrie. Calgary gets a shot on, rebound comes off the post to Ferland, Furland picks up the rebound, puts it past Price. Then after that goal, everything kind of seemed to die down for a while. Neither team could really get anything going. Not that Calgary couldn't get anything going, but it didn't seem like the Habs were really trying to. It sort of seemed like they were okay with playing prevent defense. And then a penalty gets called on the Habs at around the 2.5 minute mark. And guess what happens? Flames pull Smith, and it just had to be Kachuk, didn't it? That little asshole. It just had to be him getting the goal to bring it within one. But I was just kind of like, could we just not, boys? Could we just not? Just this once, please? And they end up holding on in the end, despite that friggin' dumb, like, oh, we got to put a second back on the clock. Anyway, Habs get the win, 3-2. Nicolas Deslauriers getting a goal in that game. And his goals in consecutive games, which is fucking weird. But some final thoughts. Habs decor without Weber actually looked solid tonight, which was weird. Petrie again looked pretty damn good, filling in, taking some more minutes. And Alzner, I didn't notice him. He was pretty invisible for most of the night, which for him is a good thing. It's a very good thing. Then, of course, we had the fourth line, which has been dynamite the last few games. Looked good again tonight and made Julian look smart for the Udon decision. Which, okay, cool, good job. But then the thing I didn't really pick up on quite as much as the game went on, I didn't pick up quite so much on how dominant the Gallagher, Plekanec, Lehkonen line was. 80% Corsi for and 100% scoring chances for, as in they created 11 scoring chances and allowed none while they were on the ice, which is just ludicrous. And of course, the Gallagher goal ended up standing as the game winner. So there's that. Next up, we have a chance for some revenge against the Oilers for that 6-2 blowout loss that I was at. I'm still not over that, really. Tomorrow night, second half of a back-to-back, last game before the Christmas break. Let's see if they can ride this winning streak on for the last game before they head home to their family. But we're going to have to wait and see. Until then, I'll see you guys later.